The whole Stamos here.
I love it. We are all here to celebrate Mike. Uncle Mike. We got Billy.
And I see he's got your hair too, thank God.
Thank God. Otherwise, he came out bald and I was like,
It's in the genes, although Mom's got great hair too, so he was pretty much set. But I would be remiss if we didn't talk about Brian Wilson, of course. Your tribute brought tears to our eyes.
It was a tough blow yesterday when we got the news. I got it on a text, and I was like, I don't know if this is real or not.
Of course, we know you've been a lifelong fan and an honorary member of the band. Talk to me about what this week has been like and what these going down memory lane has been like for you.
I was, Mike and I were together when I got the text, and I had to tell him, sorry. Without Brian Wilson, life would be a mistake. I mean, his music has been part of my DNA, and just, you know, the beauty and the happiness and the joy and the optimism and the positivity that I've gotten from their music has made who I am, and also just the benefits that my family have gotten. My family have been since the beginning. My mom and dad, they used to insist that I bring my parents on the road, or Australia, all over the world, and I just don't know what I'd be without the Beach Boys and Brian Wilson.
Do you remember the first time you and Brian met?
I did a show called You Again, and I've been listening to you ever since I was knee-high to Webster. And I know every song and every note you guys ever played. Right, Brian?
And they all showed up for it. Dennis had passed away. That's when I started playing drums. And they came on there, and it was great. And Brian was great. He was in such great shape. And then I had them do Full House. And they were fantastic on there, and just to look in that iconic living room and see Brian Wilson and Carl and Al and Mike, and Bruce, and then I had some wonderful times with him. There was about 5 shows where Mike wasn't at. About 5 shows that Mike missed, and Brian came out and was the lead singer of the show. And I have a lot of videotape too, so. But it was incredible, and maybe my greatest musical moment ever. Brian wanted to play piano, so we were staying at the Four Seasons in Montreal, and we broke into this ballroom, and he's like, "Please, sir, please open it, please." And I have it all on video, and he sat at the piano for about 2.5 hours and just played any song we asked. Let's rock, and he starts writing a song. Stamos, you do rock, roll, right? And Jeff, do this, and it was just, I'll never forget it.
It's incredible. I mean, I grew up on Full House, and that was a lot of my introduction to the Beach Boys, along with my mother.
One of my greatest songs is when someone comes up and says, "Oh, I got turned on to the Beach Boys because of you in Full House." It's like, oh, it's the greatest gift that I could have given back to them. Brian, sometimes it's overlooked, but Brian's sense of humor was wicked. He was so funny. One time we were at a rehearsal, and he was laying on the ground, and Stamos, tell everyone I'm not dead. I'm like, they know you're not dead. Tell everyone I'm not. So everybody, Brian wants you to know he's not dead. Thank you. He's a character.
He truly is, and he brought so much joy to so many people. Of course, his family are in our thoughts. Have you had a chance to speak to Cindy or Wendy? Or Carney and Wendy, sorry.
I texted with Carney briefly, and I know that she spent time with her dad. I'll let her tell the story, but she has a story.
And your little guy Billy, is he listening to the Beach Boys? Yeah. Because you're on tour now. How does that change now going forward? How do you put on a show?
Yeah. Well, we're on tour, yeah, and tonight is the Songwriters Hall of Fame, but then tomorrow will be our first show since Brian is gone. I put together a really beautiful video that Mike posted today or yesterday that shows the two of them, and I think I'll show that at the beginning of the show. And then, I don't know how we're gonna get through it. I know God only knows starts playing, But we'll get through it, and we have to, for Brian. And I think obviously the rest of this summer, the rest of the live shows forever, I think, will be dedicated to Brian Wilson and will be a tribute to him.
I mean, just even now I can see you're getting emotional, and it's very raw. Mike being honored tonight,
yes,
so important that you're here to support him.
It's long overdue. it's well deserved. I don't know what the hiccup was, but I'm glad that it's happening now, and I'm so honored that I get to be the one to actually induct him. He's a songwriter, and because Brian was such a, genius, Mike sort of got overlooked a lot of it, but Mike co-wrote all those hits. And not only did he write the lyrics, and I always say, like, he painted a cinematic tableau of a world that of everyone in the world wanted to be us at that moment. Optimism, positivity, good vibes, and it's because of his lyrics. And he also wrote the hooks: round, round, get around, I get around, I'm picking up good vibrations. Aruba, Jamaica. That's all him. Those songs without a hook, you don't have a song.
Oh my God, those earworms are going to be in my head for the rest of the week still.
Yeah, me too.
Well, we're so excited that you're continuing on his legacy on tour. It's so important. Thank you for sharing your words and for sharing this really unique perspective you have of him.
I'm the luckiest man in the world, and I just have to. This July 4th will be my 40th year playing with him.
Was it your idea to get them on Full House? Like, was that
Probably.
Like, I was going to say, that's art imitating life in the most beautiful way.
Yeah, my first concert was in '85, and it was the first big one, and it was at the Washington Monument in Philadelphia. There's 1 million people in Philadelphia, and the monument was like 750,000 people.
Did you ever think in your wildest dreams that this would be how your life would turn out?
No, and I wrote a book called "If You Would Have Told Me." You would have told me when I was a kid that I'd be on the red carpet giving him Songwriter Hall of Fame award.
With your wife and your little boy in tow.
You're gonna make me cry now. Stop it.